Here's to Thirsty Thursdays.
How we doing? Welcome to Thirsty Thursday, January 22nd, and we're raw dogging it today because I don't have my headphones. I pray you hear this. All right, you got your cans? I know you do. Now, you know what to do. Skim the top. Get the gutter. Now blow. Yeah. Now for our mysterious part of the pod. Will we hear it open? Let's find out. Damn! Look at this. It broke. Oh, what the can doesn't know is I'm the prophet. We're going to get in there. Let's see. This could be dangerous. We're going for it, fam. Ugga. Smugga. Dugga. We got it. Who's the king? All right, let's pour it up. And what do we do when we see these bubbles? We pour. Then when the bubbles show up, oh, bubbles. We close our eyes and dream. Oh, yeah. I dreamed that the Jazz win tonight and that we get to high-five Wemby because they're playing the Spurs. Yeah. All right. Let's fill this the rest of the way up. Oh, yeah. And now we sip. It's good squishy. That's good squishy. Oh, boy. Man. Well, Allie and Lucas got back from Disneyland this week. They went there over the weekend. And I don't think it was too crowded or anything. I think they had a good time. Lots of pictures, lots of photos. Lucas met the creator of Phineas and Ferb, took a photo with him. Now, who knows? That guy could just be some crazy old guy that wears what's the platypus's name? Perry! There wears some type of Perry shirt and tells kids that because he's in Disneyland. I don't know. But nonetheless, he was pretty excited. Pretty cool moment. So they went with, let's see, it was Allie, Lucas, and some of Allie's family. Her sister Jessica, her husband Weston, her sister Kenzie, who I don't think had been before, and, oh my gosh, oh yeah, sister Cece, and brother-in-law Tommy, her husband. Bro. They went on all the rides, had a great time. It was fun because at night, Lucas was so worn out. Allie would send me a picture of him, and he just looked so tired. He's so worn out from all that walking. But it was good for them to get away. Kenzie, from what I hear, was just having the time of her life because Lucas was giving her such a hard time, which is hilarious. Also, I think it might have been the first time they all kind of went together like that. I think. I'm not sure. Man. But who cares about Disneyland? They had a great time. They were safe. That's awesome. Let's talk about John Wick and how while they were gone, I watched all the John Wicks. It was fantastic. If you don't like John Wick, we can still be friends, but I don't know if we can be best friends. We could be like BFs, but we couldn't be like BFFs. Probably. I love those movies, man. And fun fact, that little clip on all the Instagram reels and YouTube shorts and blah, 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 TikTok, where it goes, here we go. And then it kind of explodes. That's from John Wick when he's making the phone call. Ooh, the world against John. Here we go. Man. Brother. Ads finally went live for the website. It happened. So here we are. They're rolling, they're scrolling, they're doing their thing. Now, we didn't launch with a straight-up influencer first. So not like Bathpack, where we targeted influencers and do the swipe-up thing to buy. We kind of just tested ads right out the gate with this to see if it'll work. And so far, it's going pretty good. I don't know why Allie hasn't put it in her link, put the link to the hair site in her bio yet. She's probably just kind of, sussing things out, making sure there's no more kinks, things like that. But, bro, ads are live. Things are going well. Traffic has got a boost. We've got several applications for salons to buy our hair wholesale. It's a good thing. It's a good feeling. You can only stand behind that chair for so long without trying to build a brand before you go, man, I don't want to stand behind this chair anymore. I wish I would have built a brand. So that's very exciting. Um, Little tweaks here and there to the ads. Some of the copy we switched up, some of the images we switched up, but overall very clean, and the messaging is good. So we're running a whole bunch of data right now to see, we're running a bunch of ads right now to get the data to see what works, what doesn't, before we implement more tests. But dude, very cool, very exciting. We'll talk about that as it progresses. But to say that it's live, ads are running, is a big deal. It's been a long journey. As you know, for those that have been listening, the last 2 years have been pretty, shall we say, what are you made of? And here we are with the site live. So 2 years be damned. Let's keep going towards the future. Let's see. Disneyland, the ads, the site. Oh, so Lucas had his game, another game. And it was pretty intense, dude. These little sixth graders were going at it. They were pushing each other, looking at each other, mean mugging each other. It's like, damn. But he had a good game. I keep telling him people don't expect him because of his size to be able to move as quick as he does, which is his advantage. And at this last game, he had a little mix-ups, little mishaps, but for the most part, he'd take a strong dribble, a few steps into a layup, or a few steps into a jump shot from the side. We practiced this, and it worked out. It did good. Little man had 7 points, I think, and he had this Barkley of a rebound. It was crazy. He jumped off 2 feet, grabbed it like a beast, and brought it into his chest. It was so mini Barkley. I loved it. I loved it. He had home when they got back from vacation. He had a bunch of homework he had to get done, and so that was always fun. It's funny, man. I don't know if you guys feel the same way that are in relationships, but whenever Allie goes out of town or I go out of town, and whoever stays back, it's like all these lovey-dovey texts, like, "Oh my, I love you, I miss you," I can't, all the good things, right? Like being apart from one another. And I don't know about you guys, but as soon as whoever is out of town comes back in town, it's like instantly back to normal, man. It's just like, intensity because now we got to get back to the grind for the kid. Intensity because we got to get back to the grind for the wife. Intensity because you want to spend time with each other, but you can't because, now we're back to the grind. And we had this, Allie and I, man, I just was like, I don't understand why when you get home, you're always so edgy. You're always so tense. You're always so like, mean or whatever. And she's like, I missed you. That's all. Okay. Yeah, I know. I know. But it's an interesting dynamic though, huh? When you have when you are apart from one another, you really do realize all the things that both of you bring to the table because you have a moment to breathe. And then the second that moment to breathe is gone and you're back to real life, that's when it goes right back into old habits, right back into old assumptions, right back into old emotions. And yeah, it sucks. And it always pinnacles for me and Allie. So this time was no different. She got back and Lucas started going off the handle. And I just smiled and I said, well, welcome home. Here we go. And it's tough. But what isn't tough is knowing that neither one of us are going anywhere. And you know what? There's always going to be things that are hard and annoying, and you just got to deal with them and move on, But I'm curious if any of you have that same thing where your significant other goes out of town for whatever reason, and you're like missing them, and you send them all these lovey-dovey texts and messages and whatnot. And then when they get home, do you go back into your old habits? I'm curious. I can't be alone in this, right? Yeah, anyway, where were we? Oh, boy. Lucas's game. Oh, Timmer. So while Allie and Lucas were out of town, my partner in crime to watch all those John Wick movies was Timmer. Uh, he didn't watch any of them. Oh, he watched some of the fourth one, I think. But I kept telling him, man, you got to watch these John Wick movies. They're so good. But it was fun, man. We got to drive around in the Mustang a lot. He's taken an auto body class, so he's really into the fact we have this old car, and we actually were able to drive it quite a bit, which has been good for it. The worst thing for classic cars is to have them sit and look pretty, because then everything starts to dry up, get rusty. You know, things you think wouldn't happen to a car if it's just sitting there looking pretty actually do. You know, things need to be lubricated and go and move. You know, if nothing else, my dad used to say, if nothing else, just start the car up once a week or once every other week for a few minutes to keep the seals and the wheels turned in the appropriate way. So it's good to get it out. It's driving better and better. And he's just so proud of it. He wants to take it to school all the time. I actually did let him take it to his auto body class really early in the morning, so his teacher could kind of show him, you know, what different parts are, what different pieces are, and they were able to discover some simple stuff that we can fix within it. But it was fun though, man. So Timmer was here. Got to hang out with him for like 3 straight days, which was really cool. It was fun. Let's see. Big Dre, love you, buddy. Haven't spoken to him in about a week or more, which means things are probably going fine, going well, which is great. Usually when we interact, there's like something coming up or something's happening. So I take the silence as positive. I take it as positive. So I'm sure he's doing great, Pam. Ah, man. So PowerSlap 18 was announced. It's March 6th. I logged on to get rooms and all that kind of stuff, flights, and the room we always use for doing our Sweet Talks interviews is already booked that week. And I was like, what the hell? It's never booked, especially during the week. So we got to figure that out. I'm going to call into him and see what we can drum up. But also got to reach out to my boy Cara and see if we can't do a collab with Gorilla Beverages, his company, and my podcast. Maybe a sick backdrop or something where we can take photos. They can take photos with the founder of the Gorilla Beverages company and also take photos with me. We haven't done that since the first sit down we had. The first Sweet Talks we had, I had the banner made, you know, super nervous, didn't know what to do. And then when the interview was over, we take photos after. And I kind of got away from that because, you know, I don't know, you know, I'm just glad that they're there. And it's funny, the photos and stuff are important, but I am just so proud that we have those moments to have interviews and actually do know quite a few of them. I don't need the photo, if that makes sense. But this year, like I said, we're doing it anyway. So if you want to come along for the ride or not, we're going to do it. And what that means for Sweet Talks, our in-person interviews going forward, is we're going to do more branding type things. Okay, we've been around long enough. The whole roster knows who we are, or if they don't, they will. Everyone knows what we're about. They know the flavor, shall I say, we bring to the table. And so now I think it would be fun this year to do more branding type things. So getting that all arranged, booking things out. Hopefully that gets all solidified in the next few days, because the reason I'm sure everything is booked and at a higher cost is because it is March Madness. There's a UFC fight. PowerSlap's in town. There's probably a UFC BJJ event going on that weekend. So a lot's happening that week. So we got to get ahead of it. We got a few months, maybe 8 weeks, so we can get flights booked, get that all arranged. So when it's time to do the interviews, we got our setup, we got the whole thing, everybody's coming, and we have a good time. So, but we'll see. Hey, you never know. We might be out on the street, you know, on Fremont Street trying to find guys and interview them. But we'll get it done, because I really missed that aspect of the podcast. We couldn't do it the time before, and man, I missed it for sure. I missed it. It makes me think the first time we did it, you know, I've told the story before, but it really was a huge moment. And it's why I missed it this last time, is because the very first time we came to town to do like a thing with it, to have like in-person interviews, we were on our way to the hotel, and on our way to the hotel, I started DMing people, sending audio messages on Instagram, saying, "Hey, we're coming. This is it." I got like a jacket on and shit, and Allie's next to me, Levi's next to me, and I just had this feeling of, man, what is this? What's going on? Are we going to have some interviews? Like, do we have a podcast? Like, what's going on? And it was so much fun. We get there, we do it. It was a long day. You're not even sure people are going to show up, but they did. My boy Pono was there. I looked him straight in the face and I said, "Fam came through, bro. Fam came through." And we just smiled, and that was a huge moment for me. I'll never forget it. Such a core memory. And that's what kind of started the whole Sweet Talks thing. And this last Vegas card, we couldn't get it done just because of sometimes things come together really quickly, and that can be tough. And also, there's a lot of things that go into planning as far as like who's going to come with us and getting all the things together and the hotel and how much time did we have to plan. That's huge in PowerSlap. They can drop surprise news, and they do. So that can be tough. But this year, we're going to get everything gathered, put it into place. So backdrops, whatever. It's funny. Backdrop's the only thing that comes to mind now. But, we'll branch out. We'll get there, and we'll have those things in place. So all we need to do is book the hotel and the times, and we'll be ready to go and run. So super excited that got announced. Oh, man, this lull's been killing me. Other than that, pretty normal week, fam. Nothing too crazy. Oh, my gosh. That's not totally true. My mom had eye surgery. So she's recovering right now. I guess she had some cataracts going on. But my sister sent us a photo of her just napping out, crashed out, the whole deal afterwards. So she's recovering right now. We'll see her tonight before we go to the Jazz game. But that's kind of it, Other than that, just regular stuff. You know what I mean? I think it's funny. I really feel like Allie and I could have a podcast on just talking about our relationship and how we work through things, because other than what we've just discussed, coming back to home was always intense, always fights, always things of this nature. Nothing like, "Oh, I hate you," shit like that, but you're always figuring each other out, But yeah, I would say it was a good week overall. I really would. We're back at it, back to the grind. The kid's home, wifey's home. We get to prep for PowerSlap 18. In PowerSlap news, I was able to drop some pretty huge interviews, which I'm very proud about. I'm getting better at it. It's so tedious, fam, to get everything together and have it ready to be published. I don't typically have things ready to go because a card can get mixed up at the drop of a hat. So I kind of like to do it on the spot live. And believe it or not, we pretty much did that with these two. But being able to drop big interviews quickly was fun. I was actually in the dentist chair when I saw the news was announced who was fighting, and I had all this shit in my mouth, and I was just like, "I gotta go. Can you get this shit out of my mouth? I gotta go post this real quick," just to the to the hygienist or whatever they're called. So that was a fun thing this week. But yeah, other than that, fam, stay tuned. We got a lot of stuff working. And next week, we have the last Thursday of the month. So we're going to get the whole Daddy AF group together. It's going to be a good time. But until then, stay humble, stay hungry, stay happy, and always remember, the person looking back at you in that mirror, they're going to be okay. They're going to be all right. Cheers, fam.